tree, and it's way on the top of the Moose Mountain there, right? And you can't get to it. Like, the skidders were sliding down the freaking side of the hill. I'm like, you know, that's why people don't build on freaking mountains, right? But government workers and teachers, they all build on the side of freaking mountains. I don't know why they do this. It's like, they're like, oh, but the view. Yeah, but, you know, you can't live there all year round, because as soon as it snows, you ain't getting up that hill even with a 4x4. It's just not happening, you know? And you can't walk it. Yeah. And you can't make enough switchbacks that, you know, it's like the Italian Alps there, where they got the switchbacks there. It's so steep. Yeah. You follow in on that, you end up at our property. I still don't know which. See, there's water down there, so that's not the one that broke. Which dam broke? There's a dam broke and washed out the road up ahead. I think it's on Ricky. That's where. Some scrap. Yeah, so I'll have to do it to see. The whippersnipping's no problem, but it's just I'll need a mower there, because I can't really transport my mower. Yeah, like I have one that's just putting it in the trunk of the car. You know, like unload, load. No. See, I always try before I tell people no. You know, and I told her, I said, I'll have to go look at it, because I don't want to say yes and then not be able to do it, because I don't do that to people, right? But if it's every couple of weeks, I could shuffle maybe one person around and whatever. You know, it's a good problem to have. I mean, in that sense, you know, like that you. Oh, he's on the other side now. I'm about half time. I gotta get fuel today. Give me fuel, give me fire. Merlin. Up there. It's a lot better than the rocks that were there, but they had to build up. Yeah, so it was on Ricky here that he's got like the beaver dams that run on my property run onto his. Our property joins there, so. Oh, poor back. Oh, it's 10 o'clock, so I better get my butt in gear. Butt in gear. Butt in gear. I'm gonna go. That was a Quebec stop, just so you know. So yeah, I don't know. I think I could do it. 2-3 hours maybe. Yeah. I set a price, so I said 30 an hour in fuel. So make it worth my time, right? That one there, that one will be all profit. But like, if I only work for an hour, then you know, because like you look at it, it's like, oh, that's gonna take me 3 hours, and it takes you an hour and a half, you know, all in. You know, even with the push mower, you know. So I don't think that's quite an acre. It's not quite an acre, so. Depends on the mower they have. If they have the world's crappiest mower, then yeah, there'll be that. Like my shoulder, I saw a really cool trick. I'm gonna try it with the whippersnipper. I seen it on the chainsaw. The guy had a still. You hit your decompression valve, you pull the thing all the way out, and you just let it go, and it starts. I'm like, I gotta try it. gotta try that. I don't know if that'd eventually pop the handle off though. But man, that'd save a lot of pulling. It's like you just drop the cord and it pull. I'd never seen that before. I'm like, that is the coolest thing I ever seen. I wonder if it would work. Maybe it works after you warm it up, but like, so I do find my MS400 on the first start. Well, what it is that with the M-Tronic system, okay, it'll adjust to whatever environment. There's no carburetor to. It's not fuel injection. It's electronic. It's electronic, but it's still a carburetor, right? But the air-fuel mixture is electronically managed. And the cool part about that is you never have to tinker with the darn saw. The downside is every time you start the saw and it's a different temperature, it's set to the last time it set itself, right? So that first time to start it's sometimes a little bit tricky, unless you get 2 days in a row where it's actually the same temperature, right? So there's that. What kind of day it's going to be? Might go check it out. I don't like having a day where I don't do something if it's a scheduled day, right? Yeah, I need time off, but gotta make money too. So I got it's 190 bucks, well, not quite 190 bucks, but we'll say 190 bucks for the renewal of the plate of this thing. And then my last time I did it, I waited a little bit later, like almost near to the end of the due date. And then I said, well, rather than me coming back to renew my driver's license, can I do it all in one shot? And they did it. But yeah, no, truck money, that's a little while. Like, fuel has to drop a lot before it's profitable. If not, you're just working for gas money. Like, it's different if you're at like one place for like 6-7 hours at a time. Like a property like this would take you, you know, like 4 or 5 hours. Then not so bad, you're not running around. But when you're only at like one place for like an hour and a half, another place for an hour, half an hour, you burn up a lot of fuel just running from place to place, right? Like there's one crew, I don't know who they are. Well, there's 2 crews, but there's one crew for, I see them in the morning. They got a guy in a trailer, truck and trailer, mower on the back, and they stop and about 4 guys jump out and they just grab whipper snippers, jump on it, and then they jump back in and away they go again. And yeah, like that's a good setup, but you have to be able to knock out properties at a good price to pay 4 guys or 5 guys per, you know, per shot, right? So it's like anything. Do you make money? You know, like you can do more, but it gets to a point where you don't really make any more because your overhead goes too high, right? Like you can't just look at one thing when you're a business owner, right? It's not just, okay, how much money do I take in? It's how much money's going out. You know, everything costs. Everything costs. You know, like most of the client fuel that I don't pay for, they do, right? 5 years ago, I just buy a can and just, you know, it'd be included in the price. You know, pay me 20 or 25 an hour and we're good. But with the inflation, and most people that are willing to hire somebody to cut the grass, not most people have the money. You know what I mean? Especially like a lot of these places that you do, they're like Airbnbs and stuff like that. Like this is not their main residence. This is their money making. So they'll just charge their clients whatever you charge them, right? So, is what it is. What I'm hoping though is to find like one client where it's like a 3-day job just to do the one property. You know what I mean? That could get a little bit long in the tooth, but it's just the job security of it, just not having to run around so many places. But we'll see. Like the graveyards and stuff like that. Like if I had my own machines, I'd do all the graveyards, right? Because they're always, it seems like they get a guy for a season and then they got to get somebody else, right? But some of the churches don't make a lot of money, like they don't get a lot of donations either. So it's like, okay, well, once a month, once every whatever, you know. Or it's a short season where they cut like the peak of the season and then, you know, in the fall they just kind of let it go, right? Well, it's definitely no drier out here. That car is pretty rough. Must have hit it jerky.